Hi everyone, we're Math Together Canada, and today we're here with James and Ken from WePioneer. Would you guys like to just introduce yourselves for us?
Hey everyone, my name is Ken. I'm a graduating grade 12 student, and I was one of the co-founders of WePioneer.
Hello, my name is James. I'm another graduating student, and I was the other co-founder of WePioneer.
All right, first question for you guys. What inspired you guys to use math contests as a way to give back to charity and give back to society?
So basically, like, I've always really liked STEM, I like math and sciences, but when I first joined my school, so I went to UTS, and it's like a really very competitive school, right? And all the clubs I went to, I tried to join, they were very competitive, full of very talented kids, and I felt very intimidated to join any of the math societies or try any of the math contests, because I was afraid that basically I'll just do very poorly in all of those contests compared to all these very, very talented kids, right? So what I wanted to do was that I wanted to create an environment, like my own math contest, an environment where every kid, no matter their skill level in math, can feel safe and feel welcome to try to improve in STEM without feeling the pressure and without feeling that they have to compete with like these very, very talented kids all the time. So I just wanted to create that very welcoming environment for kids to basically develop their passion for STEM.
Yeah, and math can often be intimidating for middle schoolers. So how did you enrich their experience and make the event more fun and engaging?
Right, so obviously when I grew up, I personally saw math as being very scary as well. I mean, when you enter math and you see all these different symbols being thrown around and you don't know what's going on, it can be very scary. So that's why during the actual contest, we try to focus less on getting everything right, and if you make one wrong mistake, it's over. We try to focus more on the collaboration. For example, that's why we included team rounds, and also we also added prizes at the end, so that, and we didn't make the prizes extremely hard to get, by the way, so that even if you didn't perform as well as you may have thought, you can still probably walk away from the contest feeling that you've really done something, even if it's outside your comfort zone, that you've really done something to prove yourself, and you can probably see math in a better light after that.
Yeah, and one of the core messages of our event is that everyone's a winner, right? Just showing up to the event, just being there and supporting the community, that's them contributing. So everyone feels like they're contributing to something, even if they didn't achieve the highest mark or even if they didn't win anything. And also we had a raffle as part of our event, so every kid, just by showing up, had the opportunity to win a prize. So even if they were not the most talented at math, everyone had the opportunity to feel like they've achieved something that day. And also our event isn't just for doing math, it also serves the purpose of giving back to Sick Kids Foundation, which is a charity that helps, that's part of one of the biggest children's hospitals in Canada. So everyone's already contributing to something great, so yeah.
Yeah, thanks for your words. May I ask you, what's a big challenge or limitation to creating the WePioneer? Was it the logistics in handling the contests, or was it reaching out to the organization?
I'd say that's one of the biggest issues with hosting a contest like this is really just getting all the organizers together, because sometimes for making a math contest, especially one where you don't have that many resources to work with, unlike the very big contest runners, you have to rely on a few problem setters to that they get their job done, and for example maybe the marketing team also gets their job done, and oftentimes that involves constantly just contacting them, making sure that even when they don't feel like doing it, they eventually get the job done. I'd say that's one of the biggest issues and challenges that I faced while trying to run the contest. But I think it's good in that whether you're leading the contest or a problem setter, you're still learning how to eventually throw everything together, even if that may take a bit longer than expected.
Yeah, I'll say teamwork definitely helped. So at the start, when it was just James and I coming up with this idea, it seemed intimidating, right? Trying to start a math contest all by ourselves, because we wanted to raise a lot of money, wanted to get a lot of kids involved, but it just didn't feel like people were going to take us seriously, right? At the time, we were just two kids in grade 10, right? So what really helped was that finding a group of kids, finding a group of very talented kids in math, like the bunch we got here who already had a lot of math contest experience. That definitely helped us, right? Because they helped us solve problems, they gave us feedbacks about their experiences doing math contests, and it was just that the whole team working together really helped make this event happen.
Yeah, adding on to that actually, I see that definitely at the start, like it was just us two, right? Pretty much. We didn't have that much credibility. Obviously, parents might be a bit skeptical of joining a recently started math contest. So definitely, finding a close group of friends to start things off with, and then later on adding more and more people who would lend more credibility to your organization, whether it's through their own achievements or their abilities. That could definitely allow the contest to slowly grow over time. But I think at the start, it could be definitely helpful to find that close group of friends to help you get things started.
Yeah, so outside of math, what do you hope that participants are able to take away from this competition?
I feel like the one takeaway I want them to have is that I want them to realize that math is more than just about contest, about being competitive, about beating other kids, right? Doing math can be an environment where you can feel happy, you can feel supported, and you don't have to be afraid to try new things, right? I want doing math and doing math contests feeling like a welcoming environment. I want them to realize that like they don't have to be the number one in everything, and they don't have to always compete for the top in order to feel worthy, right? In STEM. So yeah.
All right, and one more question. Where do you see this organization going as it continues to develop in the future?
Right, so I've honestly been doing some thinking about this. So since I'm going off to university, and in turn, a lot of the people who helped me run this contest are also going off to university because, like I mentioned, I got a lot of my close friends to help me run this contest. I would definitely see this contest as first, like trying to like recruit some more people so that we can get some more like of the workforce back in order. You know what I mean? And then later on, I think this might take a while though. I was thinking of potentially expanding the contest to different regions, for example, because currently we basically run it like one site, 1 year. So, I mean, while it does take a lot of work, I think it's possible that in the future, when we recruit more people, whether that's from different regions or even the same region, we can potentially run the contest more, whether that's more times a year or more times in a different part of the country or another country.
Yeah, definitely. I think this kind of mindset, this kind of event can definitely impact more communities. Right now, we're based in Richmond Hill. We're affecting the kids in that area, but I think this can definitely expand across Toronto, affecting more kids. And also, I think it can also expand across more disciplines, right? Like, as I talked about, our passions are not just in math, but also in STEM, right? So apart from this being a math contest, we can expand into other areas of science, or even other academic areas. So yeah, but as founders, we'd also like to ask next generation of leaders, what do you guys have in store for us for the few years coming forward? What are you guys planning?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, we are once again running the WePioneer charity contest this September.
In September.
It'll be September 5th. It'll be the first weekend of September, just before school starts. So it'll be once again in our Richmond Hill location. You can find more details about it online on our website, and we'll publish details regarding that. And what else do you guys have to add?
I think potentially we could expand to involving school clubs to get more people involved, to make this event more engaging and to broaden the scope in general.
Yeah, and I think in the future, maybe next year, we can expand it to more than just math contests. So last year we had some like math team individual rounds. Maybe adding like a physics or a chemistry bowl would be fun and as well as productive for both our team and the organizations we're working with, and also for the people who are writing our contests. We hope to give them a better experience.
Yeah, adding on to that, I would say last year we had a theme round where the theme was STEM and all of our questions were like related to that. So we could like expand that to like more STEM focused questions instead of like having STEM topics but them being math questions.
Cool. I guess one thing I was a bit curious about, because like when you're trying to, I think like you mentioned expanding into schools, like school-related clubs. One thing want to know about that is that we actually tried doing that, like I believe last year, but it's just that when you try to expand it to a school, then there's a lot of like administrative hurdles that you have to get through. So I'm just wondering, like, how are you gonna deal with that?
I think we can primarily use school clubs as outreach. This way we get a lot more attention and marketing. So this way we can get participants. And we would likely still host it at the Richmond Hill location, just for sake of consistency and logistics.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like running it at a school, there's a lot of different like things you have to go through as well.
But like I feel like that's a great idea working with schools, because I feel like there's a lot of kids out there who not only want to be involved in something like this, like do the math contest, but they also want to be involved with running something like this, right? Starting their own leadership initiatives, starting their own STEM initiatives. I feel like our organization can not only be a great space for kids to participate, but also a great space for kids to join us, right? We have a great group of leaders here who have the resources and who have the time and who has the experiences leading stuff like this. So like if you're interested in giving back to your community and using your talent to help other kids, right, find their passion in STEM, right, we're always looking for people to come help us expand our work. We're always looking for people to come join our organization. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your wise words and advice. We'll take all of this into account when planning our event this year, and really happy to have worked with you guys on this in past years, and good luck in university and beyond.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck to the organization this year, and I hope you guys are more successful than we'll ever be.
Yeah, thanks for your time. We hope we can have you back sometime.